Greetings, Slackers. It is June 10th, 2016, and I have an article here I wanted to share with you over on newschannel5.com. Says here that police, mom left child with strangers she met on Craigslist. And here's what it says. Nashville, Tennessee. A mom was arrested after she allegedly left her child with a random person she met on Craigslist. According to an affidavit from Metro Nashville Police, a babysitter responded to a Craigslist ad from 24-year-old Kelsey McMurdy, who was looking for child care. However, immediately upon arriving, McMurtry reportedly unloaded her child and left. The infant was said to be soaked in urine, and it appeared she hadn't been bathed in days. McMurtry didn't pick up after repeated phone calls were made, so the caregiver called police. She was eventually arrested on Broadway that night, May 30th, for public intoxication. On Tuesday afternoon, she was served a warrant for child neglect of her 1-year-old daughter. This wasn't the first time she's been accused of child neglect. McMurtry made national news back in April after police said she left her baby in a car to go audition at a local strip club. It's unknown if those charges were eventually dropped. The child was placed into state custody. The Department of Children's Services released a statement which said in part, quote, "In Tennessee, the juvenile courts place children into the state's care, particularly when there is no safe alternative for a child, such as placement with an extended family member. Our practice is to seek first to identify any relative placements whenever possible and to offer services to families whose children are at risk of coming into foster care. Often these strategies are successful and less traumatic for a child, but in cases where they are not, the state and the courts may have to step in to be more protective." And there's a little video here at the top. I'll link to this down in the description box below. And, this kind of ties into dating for you guys out there who are meeting some of these women offline. And, I don't know what this woman's background is, but it's obvious that she's making poor choices in response to her child. She's not accepting responsibility. She's not being a responsible mother. And it would be easy to pin this all on her. But you guys out there, you also play a role in this too, because you're going out here meeting these women off of these dating sites. You're knocking them up, and then, you're dodging your responsibility, and you're just leaving her high and dry with the child. And so that's wrong on your part, because, unless you intend on marrying her or being there to take care of that child, why would you put a woman in that position? It's a 50-50 responsibility type thing. Women should be looking out for themselves and making sure that they don't have children until they have a ring on their finger, or at least they've met a man who intends to, stick with them, provide for them, and care for them. Because there's too many cases out here, especially today, where the story is, oh, I met this guy online, we talked for a little bit, one thing led to another, and, 9 months later, I had a child. He disappeared. In fact, sometimes you'll see, as you can see from, some of these ads here, you have women out there who are pregnant on online dating websites, openly talking about the baby daddy. You ain't got to worry about him because he's left. Well, most men who are going to go and fill that void is just somebody who has, a pregnant mother fetish of some kind. So you women out there, if you listen to this, you got to protect yourself, and you got to start making better decisions about the men you sleep with and the people you link up with. Not everybody has the best intentions in mind, okay? And with you guys, you're meeting these women off of these dating websites, and in the heat of the moment, you're letting one little moment turn into a lifetime decision, which unfortunately results in a child. And, that child has to be taken care of, and it's neglected. It's obvious that the father's not there in this case. This woman probably doesn't know how to be a good mother to her child. There's probably some other things going on. If she's not living on her own and she's living at home with, let's say, her mother or something like that. And a lot of times these women just snap and they do things like this. She didn't even make arrangements with this babysitter, which she found on Craigslist. She just came, dropped it off, and said, "Peace out." And the fact that this right here, that she was auditioning for a strip club, is just, this woman obviously has some daddy issues, that type of thing. But I just wanted to put this story out there because some of you men, you're going to be on these dating websites, you're going to meet people, and I want you to keep this in mind because you have a choice in the matter, and you can prevent situations like this from occurring and being created by using the head on your shoulders and making a conscious decision that, you know what, I'm not going to bring life into this world until I'm responsible and the person that I decide to mate with is responsible, and we mutually agree that this is what we want to do, because the scene is littered out here. But that's just my 2 cents. Please leave your thoughts below, and I'll catch you in the next article.